Hello, everyone. This is Paula Jackson coming your way. And, excuse me, if any of you, for those of you, I should say, that follow me on my YouTube channel, know that I spoke of my new video series that I was going to bring forward called It's a Business Thing. And, excuse me, I did an introductory video about a week or so ago. And so I'm coming back today to talk about a couple things as it relates to any type of business. And I want to apologize up front if I sound a little congested because I have some sinus issues right now. So I'm going to speak as clearly as possible to all of you. So let's get right into this. Again, it's a business thing. This is the official first episode of the new video series that I created. And again, if for those of you who saw the introductory video about a week or so ago, there is another piece to this video series that I'm very excited about that's going to be launched probably this weekend. I'm pretty much done with it. Other than just a couple of tweaks, I'm pretty much done with the other part of this. And so it's going to be launched later on this week, probably this weekend. So I'm very excited about that. So you guys stay tuned because I will do a little video about that, about the second part or part two of It's a Business Thing that I'm launching. That is probably going to be, well, I won't say that right now, but it will be launched probably this weekend. Just want to do a couple tweaks, make sure everything's A-okay with it, and then go ahead and launch and announce it to everyone. Okay, so as far as business, you're an entrepreneur, you're thinking about it, you're thinking about launching that business, whether it's an online business, whether it's on a small scale, whether it's on a medium scale, whether it's on a large scale. And I bring this up because I've gone through this myself in my different areas of building my brand, whether it be the stations, my online shopping, online store that I have, that I sell apparel and accessories and so on and so forth. Me being a published author, so all of that. And when I came up with the names for my businesses, of course I wanted to protect that. So, when you're going through first the thought process, okay, is this the right time for me to start a business? Something that I've always, something that maybe you always wanted to do, thought about on the back end. But for whatever reason, you kind of put it on hold. Whether it's family, whether it's finances, whether it's fear. And I get that because I have been there so many times, just afraid to take on that leap. But I think now, in the time that we live in right now, yeah, it's been a tremendous challenge for all of us, even those of us who are already entrepreneurs or working in the workforce, a 9-to-5 situation, or doing both, which I have done. It's been a challenge the last couple of years, and I'm sure everyone that's watching will agree. But for some, and bless them, they've been able to flourish during this pandemic situation in the last 2 years. But it took a lot of kind of stepping back, rethinking their business processes and how they were doing it the past 2 years up until now. What are we going to do? How are we going to change this? How are we going to make this still lucrative and keep the business in line with everything going on? And then there's the other side of the spectrum where people are, were working and maybe got laid off or whatever, depending on the industry, right? And so, you guys all know this. Been in the news, it's been talked about in families, with friends, and so on and so forth. It's like, okay. And if you've been blessed enough to take advantage of some of the opportunities that were presented during that time, financial opportunities, to help move things along and keep things afloat and so on and so forth, then that's great too. And a lot of people took those resources, excuse me, I'm sorry, utilized those resources and flipped it for the good, for the positive, and say, hey, A, B, C, and D has happened now during this time. So now let me take care of what I need to take care of. But now maybe it's the time to take that leap, to start my own business. And again, it could be on a very small scale, medium scale, or large scale, right? So I've seen personally a lot of people flourish and blessings to them during the last 2 years, you know, even with it's been a lot, but even with all of that, they've been able to flourish, and I commend them and applaud them for that. Bravo. Seriously, bravo. And for me personally, there was a lot of course, challenging days, challenging weeks and months during that time. And we're still, we're still dealing with it, but we're slowly coming back. And I had to revamp some things. I had to take a step back and say, okay, how am I going to work this? What am I going to do? Do I want to launch something else during this time? I was able to complete 2 books during the beginning of this. I was able to do that. And I didn't plan it. See, that's the thing. I was finishing my 3rd book during that time. I was like, okay, I got some downtime. Things are going on right now. I'm at home, blah, blah, blah. Let me finish my 3rd book. And it was published last year. But in the midst of that, I ended up writing 2 more. And I mean like writing from beginning to end and completing. Where now book number 4 for me is going to be published and released later on this year, later on this summer. Yep. So with all of that, I'm saying that to all of you to say, whatever the adversity is, whatever the challenges are, it can be done. So when you get to that point where you say, you know what, I'm going to take this leap. I'm going to start that business. Do your research. Look at the industry that you're trying to get into, the area and arena that you're trying to get into. Network with other folks, especially on social media. But again, as I mentioned in the intro video that I did, don't be afraid to do your own research. You have to. I encourage you to. When you're dealing, and if you're partnering with other people, and if it's not a sole proprietorship and you're partnering with other people, make sure everybody is on the same page. Don't be afraid of agreements, contracts, invoices, whatever it is that you need to place everything together. But going backwards, what you need to do first, once you come up with a name and a concept, slogan for your business, now you need to protect it. Now you need to decide, is this going to be a sole proprietorship? Am I going to register this business as an LLC, limited liability company, or is it going to be a corporation? And usually with that is like a whole lot of other things involved and people involved when you do that. So those are the things that you have to decide. Once you come up with a name, once you come up with the concept, once you come up with your slogan and all of that, you write it down, write it out, type it up, save it somewhere, and then now register your business name. Then you have to decide again, is it going to be a sole proprietorship? Am I going to do an LLC? Am I going to list it as a corporation? What does that look like? And don't be afraid to reach out to a couple of corporate business lawyers and other people that have already done it and gone through the process. Talk to a few people and see. I'm saying that don't give away everything that you're doing, because it's good to keep quiet about a lot of things, but just kind of talking on some points, some questions. Write down some questions that you may have before you go to the next levels and the next steps of launching your business. And those are the things that I had to do, and it's a learning curve. It really is. You're going to make some mistakes, but learn from those mistakes. Okay, I'll say, this didn't work, so now I know not to do this next time, so I need to do this instead of this. That type of situation. Those are the conversations that need to be had. Those are the things that need to be written out and typed up and saved somewhere. So that way you have a time stamp, you have a date stamp as well. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what area you're going into of business. I'm in arts and entertainment. That's my thing. But whatever level it is, whatever area, whatever industry it is, you protect yourself. You protect your name, you protect your brand, you protect what it is. And again, you don't need to talk too much about what you're going to do with a whole lot of people. Just key people that you're going to trust and that's going to help you and give you some sound advice to go to the next level. But talk to more than one person. Network with more than one group or groups of people. Do your own research and talk to somebody professional about it. And then you look at everything, listen to everything, and then take the next steps. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And if it's something that you really want to do, and you've been thinking about, you dream about, you wake up thinking about, you go to bed thinking about, then that's what you're supposed to be doing. And you take the steps, take an initiative to do it. Those of us who are blessed to be still walking around, breathing and talking and whatever, and have the opportunities to do that, why not? Why not? So with that, again, come up with the concept for your business. Is it going to help? Is it going to help other people? Is it going to be something that somebody needs, wants, especially in this day and age that we live in right now, right? What does that all look like? Plan it all out, write it all out, talk to some professionals, network, and talk to a couple of key people that are going to give you sound advice. But again, do your own research. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a learning curve again. You're going to make some mistakes, but learn from them. And decide what type of business you're going to have. Decide how you're going to register that business in your state, out of state. That's another thing. Are you going to do it just in state? Do you want to just do business in state, in your home state, or do you want to expand? So that's one step at a time, just one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. Ask those questions, write them down, and decide what you want to do. And then do the research. Usually there's government sites to help you with business forms. Here in Ohio, ohio.gov, business forms, business filings. And it takes you step by step through each one, explains to you what each one is, and you decide which one's the best for you, and then go forward. So there's a lot of resources, and that's one of them in your home state. I'm sure there's different business resources out there in your home state that kind of guide you and advise you as well. Again, here in Ohio, ohio.gov, business filings, when you file your business name and so on and so forth. So look for that, Google that in your state, and also look to other avenues of doing business out of state if that's something that you want to look into as well. But it's one step at a time. And don't feel that you have to share that with everybody, friends or family. Just being honest. I have been in that place, and everybody's not going to be supportive, unfortunately, and that's just the real of it. So it's kind of good to keep things under lock and key until you figure it all out, and then have, again, a couple of key people to help you figure that out, listen and learn and go from there. But protect, in any event, in any business that you start, protect your business, protect your brand. Absolutely. Whether you're a writer, whether it's online, whether it's whatever it is, protect what it is that you're getting ready to launch. And talk very little about it. It's okay to share once it's launched, once it's complete, once all the ducks are in a row. It's okay to share. But don't depend solely on family and friends to support what you do. Branch out, grow your business, all of that. But that's down the line. And I'll talk more about that in future episodes of It's a Business Thing. So with that, I'm going to close this out by showcasing and talking about a business, Steph's Jewelry Chest. And that's a friend of mine who sells some beautiful pieces of jewelry. And she has her, actually, we just did some work with her, some consulting work with her on her business and expanding that business. It's Steph's Jewelry Chest. And I'm going to share her website at the bottom of the video. I'm going to post this on, I don't know if I'm going to post it on my Patreon page or my YouTube channel. We'll see. But I will share that information. It's Steph's Jewelry Chest. She sells some phenomenal jewelry through paparazzi, but she is expanding her business. And so, again, I had the pleasure of working with her this week and talking that out and what that looks like. So if any of you feel like you want some one-on-one consulting just from my experiences of launching my brand and still working towards that, still doing that, still expanding, then feel free to reach out to me by commenting on the video on YouTube or Patreon. And we can talk more about that. You can reach me at my email address that I'm going to post as well for Scorp Lady Ventures. So with all of that being said, everyone, please look up Steph's Jewelry Chest. Again, she is going to be expanding her business. I had an opportunity to work with her this week, just kind of talking that through and doing some consulting with her. So I was very happy that she hired me to do that. So I'm very, very, very grateful to her for that. We've been friends for a long, long time, and we are both business-minded, both artistic. And so, yeah, it was a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to seeing that grow, really. And anything that I can do to help, I will absolutely do. So again, while helping others and talking this through with all of you all, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still doing things too. I learn from other people, and I learn from researching my own self. So, in the things that I find out, I would like to share with all of you. So we'll be talking much more in depth about all of this in future episodes of It's a Business Thing. I hope this video has helped all of you. Please feel free to reach out to me on social media to let me know what you think and what you'd like to see on maybe future episodes of It's a Business Thing. Anything that you feel that I should talk about. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And I will be talking to each and every one of you very, very soon. It's a business thing. This is gold time. Let's go, people. Let's do this. Step out on your comfort zone and let's get it done. Bye.